Guys, I've actually done it. I found something weirder than me. This is 10 weird WWE rumors of 2018. Hit that like button, guys, because I would weirdly enjoy that. Number 1, intergender wrestling coming to WWE. Could intergender matches be coming to WWE on a more frequent basis? With World Intergender Champion James Ellsworth, apparently that's a thing, returning to WWE, it seems even more likely than ever before. WWE this year even had a huge mixed match challenge tournament where some of the women were cheeky enough to hit moves on the men. There was even a 5-minute sequence between Triple H and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34, and James Ellsworth is taking on Asuka on next week's SmackDown. Let's hope none of the women fancy a match against Tom Cushney though, but could this become a thing? Number 2, WWE only re-signed Daniel Bryan to stop him wrestling elsewhere. Former WWE Champion Daniel Bryan was finally cleared to wrestle again in March 2018. It only took you 3 bloody years. However, a rumour is that some knobheads backstage only re-signed Daniel Bryan to stop him from signing with other companies. Bryan had not passed the WWE medical examinations in the last 3 years, and did WWE really have Bryan's best interests in mind when they let him wrestle again, considering he didn't pass the WWE examinations? Was this just a cheeky stunt from Vince McMahon to milk the flying goat some more? Number 3, WWE to promote indie wrestling on the WWE Network. The Wrestling Observer reported a few weeks ago that the WWE is seriously considering showcasing some indie promotions shows on the WWE Network. Now all they gotta do is let us watch Coronation Street and it'll be the best thing ever. The article specifically mentioned ICW and Progress, 2 companies who massively helped the WWE with their UK Championship tournament. A lot of wrestlers who compete for the WWE in the UK are featured on these shows, and it would allow fans to see what they can do on the independent events before they possibly make their way further in the WWE. Other promotions rumoured are Evolve, Ring of Honor, and Impact Wrestling. AJ Styles to beat the CM Punk record. AJ Styles became WWE Champ November 7th, 2017 in Manchester, and if he holds on to it until January 16, 2019, he will officially beat CM Punk's longest reign of the modern era gimmick. CM Punk return confirmed. With AJ Styles being WWE 2K19 cover star, it's likely he at least holds on to it until October when the game comes out, which will only be a couple of months before he officially breaks the streak anyway. And you know Vince McMahon is still salty about the CM Punk situation, so he's going to absolutely love this. Number 5, Raw and SmackDown superstars being demoted to NXT. In December 2017, when talking about NXT, Triple H said, in some sense, it will continue to be developmental, but it'll be different from where it is today because I think you're going to see talent move up and down. I don't think it should be seen as a demotion when they go to NXT. I think it should be seen as they are competing in a different environment. Which superstars could likely be demoted to NXT in the future? Kurt Hawkins, Apollo Crews, Dana Brooke, Mike Kanellis even tweeted this only a couple of weeks ago. In some senses of the word, NXT is probably better than the main roster, especially the pay-per-views. Number 6, WWE getting rid of the tag team division. My first video, when returning to YouTube, was about this topic. In May, I reported about how Vince McMahon no longer sees a future in the tag team division. Without getting bogged down in the semantics, he just doesn't see a lot of money or future for it. Could this mean some tag teams just dissolve into factions? We've already seen WWE debut AOP before leaving them off TV for weeks, because they can't think of anything for them to do. Maybe wrestle? What do you lot think about this? Getting rid of tag team wrestling? Mental, chicken oriental. Number 7, why WWE announces Nia Jax's weight, but doesn't announce any of the other women's weight at all. Here's the reason. So she said that's something that's tough for a woman, sharing their weight. Me sharing my weight and me being the person I am, Vince agreed with me on this. It's embracing who you are. 272 pounds is a very heavy person, and it's a lot of force that these women are taking. it incorporated not only the message that I'm sending out about my body, but also a character thing. Now that explains why Nia Jax is the only woman on the roster to announce her weight. Will we be seeing more women being more comfortable enough to share their weight when entering the ring, or are you just not that bothered? Creative having nothing for the bar. Where the bloody hell is that sexy mohawk? I have no idea. The bar have been barely on SmackDown when they moved in the Superstar Shakeup in April. You could probably count the appearances on one hand. Apparently a team of 30 or 40 writers can't think of anything for them to do, so they've simply kept them off TV. Here's an idea: have a hair versus hair match between them. Cesaro would win. Former WWE Champion Sheamus, former United States Champion Cesaro are sat at home because WWE simply can't think of anything for these guys to do, arguably in the top 3 tag teams in WWE today, and they have been given nothing. It's quite scary to think that this could happen to anybody on the roster. Everything is fine with Brock Lesnar, but not Vince McMahon. Weird rumor, but it's all Vince McMahon's fault. You know that Extreme Rules main event match we were supposed to get? The one I made about 50 bloody videos on before Vince McMahon cancelled it? Do you know why he cancelled it? And no, it wasn't because Brock Lesnar might not be appearing at SummerSlam, and it's not even a contract issue. It's because Vince McMahon woke up last week and decided he didn't like the idea anymore. Well, cheers, Vince. This is literally a real story. It's assumed Lesnar versus Reigns will still happen. It was always going to happen. And I'm officially apologising to Brock Lesnar right now because the balls up wasn't his fault. It was actually Vince McMahon's. Following on from this, apparently Vince McMahon is actually getting quite forgetful. To be fair, he is 72. Former WWE writer Kevin Eck revealed this in a podcast last week. As Vince has gotten older, I think he has become more forgetful with things, and there was a lot of instances where he had to be reminded. He would just flat out ask, what did we do on Raw last week with this guy? What did we do? He would need to be caught up to speed. Granted, he was in his late 60s, early 70s at this point and responsible for a lot of programming and seen a lot of angles over the years and seen a lot of TV shows. One of the funniest things I recall is Vince one time in a booking meeting. It was Brock Lesnar against somebody, and Vince was trying to think of what finish could be, and he literally says in the booking meeting, he said, "What's Brock's finish again?" It wasn't a joke. There was kind of a pause and somebody spoke up and said, the F5. Then it suddenly dawned on Vince that he had taken that move not too long before that and hurt his hip and made a joke about it. Oh, that's right, my hip didn't like that move very much. He could not remember the F5. Maybe not the best idea Vince is still this much involved with WWE programming. And number 10, WWE considering the end of the brand split. With WWE's monumental $1 billion deal from Fox, SmackDown and Raw will be on separate TV stations as of October 2019. With this much added investment, will Fox be happy not getting top stars such as Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins from Raw? I think not. WWE also announced the end of the single-branded pay-per-views at WrestleMania 34, as it seems like we're slowly creeping back to the old roster format. If they do not end the brand split by 2019, I will be shocked. So there we go. What did you lot think of that? What was the weirdest one, and what was the one potentially you could actually see happening, or something that you would actually want to see happen? I would be really interested to see when we do get the next man versus woman match. What do you think about that, people? Remember, you can get a free Audible trial by using the link in the description. It helps me out, helps you lot out. Why wouldn't you do that? Remember to check out these videos as well. We've got other top 10 videos on the channel that are actually pretty bloody good. Hit that subscribe button as well. You can follow me on social media in the description. Take care. Spike your hair.